up in this bitch, coming at you, pre-recorded, denim motherfucker. So, the much anticipated comparison video, Japanese Wagyu A5 versus perfect 45-day dry-aged USDA prime ribeye. I'm preparing. Edit that out. Me from the future. Preparing the water. It's going to be 130 degrees. And I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop the sous vide stick, my cheap-ass Aldi sous vide stick that I never released the video on when I did my little reviews on it. But it's going to be 129 degrees. So I'm going to fill that up. We got some asparagus to roast on the side. I also am going to make about a cup, maybe cup and a half of jasmine rice, which I believe is from Thailand, to accompany the Wagyu more so than anything, because the Wagyu itself is very fatty, and the rice really cleanses the palates between bites and makes you appreciate the fat more. So that's it for now. Well, this is going to be a seamlessly edited video where I'm going to go from here to
deliciousness.
To grilling it or putting it in the sous vide. We'll see. Well, just wait. So we got the Aldi stick here. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this biatch in. As you can see, the water temperature is 131 already, so I don't even have to really heat it. But I'm going to drop it down to 129 and let nature and technology do its thing. See the water circulating in there? Gently. So we're gonna pop the I'm still letting the steaks rest for a little bit. I don't know where you're at here. You were here. Still letting the steaks rest just a little bit longer. I'm gonna bag them up and then I'll toss them in that sous vide if my hands stop fucking shaking. I'm looking at you here. Alright, so got the food saver bags. I'm gonna drop the USDA prime dry age 45 day into the sous vide bag. These are quart bags, in case you're wondering. And go ahead and drop the Wagyu. Oh boy, this thing is fall off the bone tender. And there's no bone, so it's just fall off the itself. Alright. Quick rinse of the mitts because I already have butter on my hands from the Wagyu. Super hot water, 130 degrees. Right. Now, here's the process. Bag them up. Manually seal. And yes, I did get this from Goodwill. $5. It's a nice vacuum. Seal. Your next Wagyu. Your next. It's done. I was gonna double seal it, but I've got a good seal. So goodbye to oxidation. Massage away any air bubbles. Seal it up. Good to go. So now these are essentially ready to drop into the sous vide. Come follow me. So right here, 129 degree water bath. I don't know if you can see it from here. Drop this bad boy in. There we go. 1, 2, and done. We're gonna let these babies hang out here for about 45 minutes to an hour, I'd say. Then I'm gonna take them out and let them rest for a little bit. Hit them with the old trusty propane Harbor Freight hand torch, $15. I got the Rectech going with the for the asparagus, so that's outside. So I'll cut to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a timer on my phone for about 45 minutes. Set a timer for 45 minutes.
Setting the timer.
So it's about 6:15 right now, so I think we'll be eating 7:20-ish, something like that. So we'll see you then. Or I mean, we'll see you then. Who? That's not how you say Smithers. All right, so we got a cup and a half of jasmine rice. You can see that. With a cup and a half of water, 1-to-1 ratio. Putting it on this Instant Pot here. Oh, I forgot to show you the asparagus, but I'll show you that in a second here. So that's, there we go. I'm gonna do pressure cook, 5 minutes, high, keep warm function off. And we're gonna let it do its thing. And you can see it turned itself on. I didn't even have to do anything. See at the Rectech. So, we got the Rectech here. And I forgot to show you when I put it on there, but here we are. Asparagus at 400 degrees. Do about half an hour or so. Let that smoke. And while the rice cooks for also roughly 20-30 minutes or so. And we'll see what happens. Still at 129, holding strong. I put a little fork in here to kind of keep it submerged because I don't know if it's just so fatty and light that it's like the steaks want to float a little bit. So the added weight kind of helps keep them underwater. But got about 20 minutes left, I'd say. About 15 minutes left, but maybe another 10 minutes to rest, and then we see her. Whew, I'm excited. All right, this thing shut off on its own. So now, I don't know, I'll let it rest for a little bit in here with the residual heat. It's got some pressure still. So that'll help continue to cook the rice under pressure and kind of keeps it warm too, so we'll see. Well, all right. These have been in here for about 1 hour exactly. So it's time to let them out. And I'm gonna put them right here. Just rest them on the counter for about 10 minutes. Look at that fat. Look how emulsified that fat is. It's just like almost see-through. It's almost clear. We're gonna let these rest in their own juices so that they reabsorb all of their juices. Look at that steak. You can't even see the marbling anymore. It's just gorgeous. I'm gonna let these sit here for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. Set a timer for 10 minutes. I'm gonna do 10 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set.
There we go, 10 minutes. In the meantime, take this out, let that dry off as well, and I'm gonna dump this pot of water. And then what I'm gonna do is place them on my MrMaD here and sear them up. I'll see you then. You know what time it is. It's asparagus time. Hopefully it's still crunchy. Watch my homeboy plate these up for us. Well, not plate them up, but those are looking smoky and crispy. Turn the Rectech off. Asparagus, jasmine rice, pressure's out. Oh, look at that steam. Perfection. Jasmine rice. So steaks have cooled sufficiently here. Ready to rip these holes open. See what the fuck is going on in here. Go ahead and toss these on the MrMaD.
Oh my God.
And reserving what little residual juices there are to kind of put on top of it when we're ready to do our thing here. So, here we go. Oh my God, this This thing is beyond tender. Oh boy. The only thing I don't like about the bags is they kind of deform the steaks, if you can see, but here we go. No juices. Dry age. All the moisture escaped 45 days ago. Okay, we're almost about to sear. Let me wash up a little bit, get my torch ready, and we'll be good. All right, here we are, ready to torch. Got my flamethrower shit here. I'm gonna do the dry age first. Not that it really matters, but go ahead and set this aside. Let's get to torching. If only you could smell this. You know what? I forgot to pat it dry. Give me 1 second here. That's what I forgot to do. God damn it. Make sure this one gets patted dry as well. Do the other side. Then we'll be ready to torch. So far, it already smells great, though. The reason why I pat dry is so that it gets a better sear. Because if it's got moisture on it, obviously, it's gonna spend more time basically melting or evaporating that liquid rather than now that I kind of torch the other side. Make sure that this one is nice and dry as well. Almost completely dry, actually. All right, now we're ready to go. You see, it's a lot better trying to torch this thing than earlier. It's gonna flare up and cause a fire, but I won't let it. And mind you, this is already cooked to a perfect medium rare. So all we're doing is just giving a sear. That's all we need is a little crust on the top. I kind of like a good crust, so hopefully it doesn't overcook it, but I think we'll be all right. Look at all that fat just dancing. Dancing off this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is looking good. Smells fucking. If I had smell-o-vision, man, you guys would be jealous as fuck. If you're not already. You get a nice little crisp char. Make sure to get the fat as well. Definitely get the fat. Most people don't realize this, but the fat is the best part of the meat, you know? Especially when it's rendered like this, or I guess, you know, low and slow kind of deal.
Don't let the sugar industry fool you.
Yeah, exactly. Almost there. I'll get a little bit more, little bit of char. I don't mind too much char. Some say it makes it bitter, but I don't know. I tend to disagree with them. I mean, I guess if it's a burnt, yeah, it's gonna be bitter. Look at all that fat just fucking melting off. The only thing that sucks is I'm not gonna be able to save this fat like I did when I do it in the cast iron. But I guess, you know, small price to pay, whatever. I think next time we're gonna do this again because we have one more of each. I think we'll probably see it on a cast iron sear to see if it makes any big difference. But I think that looks pretty good. I don't know, what do you think? Alright. So we'll let that sit here on the side for a little bit here. I'll burn myself here, but there we go. You can see the difference between, look at that, it looks horrible. But there, it looks great. So let me mop up a little bit of this. No, you know what, I'm gonna leave it, fuck it. I just don't want it to catch on fire. But I guess I'll mop it up a little bit. kind of sucks to get rid of, but this fat is very awesome fat, but it is what it is. Holy shit, this shit's burning. Alright, Wagyu. Next. Wagyu. Wagyu? Wagyu? I don't know. People say it differently all the time. This one I don't really fear over searing too much, because I feel like you know, it's got enough fat to where it's never gonna get overcooked, really, you know. I mean, you probably have to burn the shit out of it to even do that. Look at all that fat just bubbling up. It's almost turning a different color. Kind of weird. It's almost like it's not searing. Nazi? What? I have to get closer. I don't want to hit the blue flame, but I need a lot of heat, because I feel like the fat is preventing it from searing as well as it should be. No, I take that back, because now I'm seeing it broke through. Now we're getting a nice Maillard reaction, which, much to the chagrin of the sugar industry, happens when you caramelize sugars that are naturally found in animal fats. They also actually provide, I forget, like the proteins break down into like basically MSG, monosodium glutamate, something like that. So you get that little, I think the fat itself in the beef has it though, but I don't know. I'm not a scientist, you know, I'm just a nigga that likes to eat fat nigga shit. And yes, this is probably going to be a really long video, so, but when else are you going to see this? Who does this besides me and maybe Guga Foods, sous vide everything? But, you know, he promised and promised, and I waited and waited. Never once did I see a dry age versus Wagyu A5 comparison. I've seen dry age versus A7 Wagyu from Australia, but never this. Not A5. I've seen A5 and A7 back to back, but not dry aged. Okay, the sear's coming in pretty nice. I feel like Bob Ross here, making a happy little steak painting. And my brush is the propane torch. Hope I'm not running out of propane. I feel like it is. But I think we'll make it. I think we've got a chance. That steak is looking fucking phenomenal. Kind of looks better than the one that we seared on the cast iron, which you didn't see. Or no, you did see on the first video. But yeah, that's looking pretty fucking phenomenal here. Mind you, again, this is fully medium rare internally, so I don't have to worry about it being raw or, you know, blue, which I don't mind. I'll eat this shit raw if I could. I mean, I probably will one day. Probably the next one I'll take a sliver off. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Look at that, this fat just sizzling. Yeah, this torch is definitely running out. Oh shit. But have no fear, I do have backup propane tanks. Want to get a good char here. For anyone concerned about me using a hand torch indoors, it's propane, so it's pretty safe. I've done it in my condo for years. I think that looks pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm going to let these sit for a little bit so they don't overheat. I'm going to switch out the propane tanks, and we'll see on the flip side, if you know what I'm saying. So we got the jasmine rice plated up with the roasted asparagus, smoked asparagus, I guess. Smoked, roasted, whatever. We got the board ready for the steaks. Letting the, yeah, look at the steam coming out of this. Oh, you probably can't see it, but It's delicious. I let the Wagyus, or the steaks, rest a little bit more. Get some of the moisture out here. I put this one under some paper towels. I don't want to soak up all the juices, but I need a good sear. So, and these things are juicy as fuck anyway. So, ready to sear. Arthritis. All right, here we go. This one's gonna sear a little bit quicker because I had time to desiccate, not defecate. So this should be a quick job here. Hopefully same goes for the Wagyu. I don't know. I haven't torched the Wagyu yet. This is my first time actually hand torching a Wagyu. Usually I just sear it on the cast iron.
Quick.
Yeah, this one is a lot faster. And I don't even have to put too high of a heat. I'm using more of the yellow area. But I still want a little char. I want a little leoparding, you know, some flecks of black in there. Pause. See the fat. Having a tough time here. My hands are shaking. I haven't drank today yet, so the DTs are kicking in. That's looking all right. I think that's about ready. Get the edges a little bit more. A little bit more of the fat here. I think we're good to go. Yep, I'd say that's about done. Look at that. Sizzling. It's like Ace Ventura said, or The Mask. Smoking! Alright, let's get the, I'm going to put this on the board. Which I set up nicely, now I gotta kind of not set it up nicely. But I'm going to do this on the right side of the board. Hopefully it's not too hot. Okay. Right there. Actually, there we go. So that's that. Time to sear the Wagyu. So if you remember, now time for that. A little bit more of this moisture off here. Get all this shit underneath here so it doesn't catch on fire. I really feel bad wasting all this fat, but whatever, man. I got my stimmy. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long. It looks like it's already doing its thing. It might be because I changed the tank too, so maybe it's got a little bit more, little ass behind it, you know? My hands are grease riddled. Still kind of taking its sweet time here because I guess it's so full of fucking fat that it just bubbles up to the top, but it's getting there. I can see it. It's definitely quicker than the other one did. We're at 3 minutes. The one took 9 minutes roughly. But my lord, look at that. Alright, I'd say it's about done. I don't want too much of a sear, but I don't want to not have enough either. So it's a delicate balance here. I do like my little black crunchy spots there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, and I think it's done. So go ahead and plate this also, and we'll get into slicing. Not too hot. Oh my God, that hurt. So I guess follow me. Oh shit, dripping. Still bleeding. So, well, it's not actually blood, but you know what I'm saying. Myoglobin, for anybody who doesn't know. And yes, I waste a ton of napkins. Let's clean that up a little bit here. There we go. Maybe flip them. See what the other side looks like as well. Yeah, that looks good. That's looking fucking phenomenal. There we go. So I don't need to salt them, I don't believe, because well, I did a dry brine earlier, and they were pretty much already salted. I will, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say I will do a little bit, but no, I'd rather not. I'd rather see it, and if I need to, I'll salt it a little bit afterwards. I hate these forks. I hate this fork. I have no choice. Somebody's gonna have to use the fork I hate. I don't know. Alright, let's get into slicing like bison. Alright, let's get into slicing. Move this a little bit here. I'm gonna actually, yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna slice it from this way here. That's the fat. That's gonna be all fat there. These are so tender. I don't even really have to slice shit. Oh my God. Let's get the fat here. The asparagus is smelling fucking phenomenal in my nose right now. You see, that's looking fucking perfect, I would say.
Goddamn.
Perfect medium rare.
Eat that.
Look at that. All right. Now let's get into the Wagyu. I'll cut it this way, I guess. I don't have a cool carving knife or anything like that, so sorry if my cutting skills aren't up to par with YouTube celebrity chefs or whatever. I am one man. I was trying to cut at an angle so I could kind of like present the innards better, but gravity is working against me and my spine, so I'm like hunched over all weird. But I'd say that's pretty much perfect. Medium rare. Or medium-ish, right? I don't think it's medium rare. Maybe a little bit. I think that's fucking phenomenal, right? That's beautiful. I'm gonna cut these. Well, we'll cut them as we eat them, but as it stands, it's gonna let this sit for just a little bit, and then we're gonna get some a better angle here. All right. We're finally at the final stage here, and this is gonna be, try not to get into too much of the lighting. Japanese Wagyu A5, 45-day USDA prime ribeye. Sous vide, 129 degrees for about an hour. Let rest about 10 minutes. Torched on one side. Well, patted dry. Torched on one side. Let rest while we plated the rest of this shit. Now here we are. We're gonna let it bloom for a little bit. Oh, we already let it bloom a little bit here. And now we're going to try it. So I'll go ahead and take this middle piece, cut this in two. So this is Wagyu, and I suppose this will be the dry aged. So I'll do it like that. There we go. Which one do you want to go with first?
I'm gonna go with 45.
Here, you want half a Wagyu? Or
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna eat the whole thing, or are you just gonna?
Cut it.
That one is Wagyu. What's that one?
This is 45.
45-day dry aged prime ribeye. So those two. Okay.
I want one. Which one do I get? Okay.
So,
This one got the nice piece of fat on it.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you want a little bit of fat, a little bit of meat, right? The meat with fat.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this.
Salud.
Wagyu first? Which one?
This one's the dry age.
Dry age first. Let's do dry age
Wait,
first.
That's your dry age.
This one's dry age. Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
Salud. Dry age first.
God damn it.
It's great. I'm gonna eat the other piece.
Oh, it's good.
45 day.
45?
The dry, yeah.
Right.
Oh, 45?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
What'd you eat?
That's 45.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's gonna be a hard competition. Oh my god. That flavor. That beef flavor just fucking rings true and true.
All right, here's a
Here we go.
So
Wagyu.
that's Wagyu.
Yeah.
That's
right?
Wagyu.
That's Wagyu.
Wagyu. Look at that.
Oh, fuck.
So I think we know we got a winner, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit. Bro,
They're very close.
I don't know, bro. I must have got a sweet spot because that blew this stuff out of the water.
Yeah. For me, it's very close.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know which one. What do you think?
Let's try another piece.
Yeah. How's the palate?
Wagyu. Let's go again.
I'm gonna do it in reverse this time. Wagyu, then the dry age. It's so tender. It's so juicy. Every bite just releases pockets of fat that are embedded in the muscle fibers. My God. This is a hard
100%.
fat.
Well, damn near. There's a little bit of meat up
Dry
in there.
age fat, yeah.
Down the hatch, baby.
That fat.
That's like butter.
Yeah.
And they're both good.
It's hard. I'm gonna pick this one.
That's dry age.
No. Yeah, dry age. I'm gonna just run the whole thing. Let me cleanse the palate a little bit more.
I'm gonna shoot an asparagus.
There you go. I don't know.
Man, that asparagus though.
I'm starting to lean more towards the dry age. I feel like it's definitely got a beefier flavor. It holds the char a little bit more than the Wagyu does. Because the Wagyu kind of coats your tongue with all this fat, which kind of dulls the palate. It's fucking phenomenal, don't get me wrong. I still got a couple pieces left to see. I don't know.
I mean, dry is good, but
Dry age is pretty fucking great.
I don't know, man.
Wagyu, you thinking?
The Wagyu is hitting it for me.
Yeah. Let me try a little rice here because I need to cleanse, like, get all this fat off of my tongue. Jasmine rice too, by the way. If you know anything about that, run it. Asparagus.
I ruined it.
You wrecked it.
I wrecked it. Like Ralph. That asparagus though.
Mm-hmm.
Try the asparagus.
All right.
We're gonna do another dry age here.
Round 2 or round 3, final round. So I think first round I voted Wagyu, second round I voted dry age, and I believe this round, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna do a whole piece.
You guys are snoozing on this asparagus.
Yeah, the asparagus is litty as fuck. People still say that, right? Dry age, Wagyu. All right, full on strips. Although it's kind of unfair, seeing as the Wagyu looks like a little bit of a bigger strip. But we'll see. See, the dry age has like a little extra flavor to it. All right.
All right. So here's the dry age.
Dry age. You ready?
Uh-huh.
We're doing dry age now. Again. Perfect. Yeah, we already missed that one.
This piece that I have is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Wagyu.
Tough call.
Open.
The dry age has a little funkiness, but like a good funkiness. I don't know. Like a fermented kind of thing here. Full on Wagyu. Salud. Bigger
Which one
piece.
is this? H?
Yeah.
This is aged. This is Wagyu.
My God.
Go for it.
No, I want one of the H.
Aged right here.
H.
Man, that Wagyu is hitting,
Yeah. You know what?
hitting for me all day.
I'm sorry. They're very fucking close, but Wagyu is better. Proof's in the pudding here. There's certain segments of the dry age that hit slightly better. I don't know, man. I was almost rooting for the the dry age too, because it is cheaper, although it takes longer to make, I guess, technically. I don't know. I don't want to be a pussy and call it a tie, but it's very close to a tie. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there one that's like significantly leading? You think it's the Wagyu?
Man, it's the Wagyu, bro.
Really?
No offense to your boy who hooked
No.
me up.
It's, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. The Wagyu wins it. Sorry, dry aged lovers. I know what you mean. It's a great steak. At $30, that's a phenomenal deal compared to this. But this is just, it's too many pockets of fat. That just
You can taste the difference.
yeah,
man.
it's
so
almost
clear.
it's almost a cleaner actually fat. The prime dry aged, don't kill my knife. The dry aged definitely has a beefier, kind of fermented, funkier kind of taste to it. But the Wagyu just is pure. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is, man. There's a whole thing of fat right here. Yeah.
Wagyu.
There it is. So, excuse my mess back there and my Ramune bottles right here, but the verdict is in. Clear winner. Japanese Wagyu A5. I'm moving to Japan. Fuck it. Man. Well, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.